as you were creating at a younger age, really from scarcity, and I want to talk more about sort of the scarcity and the abundance, because one of the things that you have said about your work is that you began out of scarcity and now you do it because of abundance. And I have to dive into that with you,
Yes,
but
yes.
because it's just such a brilliant statement, and I'm so interested in how that has changed your process and your work and sort of inspired you, because essentially you're saying now I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah. So I
Right.
tell you, right, how as a child, I was using spoon in 20 different ways as a tool because there was no other tool available.
Right.
But as after coming to New York, there is a needle for every thing you want to do. For one stitch and 20 stitches, there's 20 needles for that. So when I went to Parsons, one great thing that was there that I learned is like it's also a school that where more well-to-do people come. So when they cut a little piece of a mount board and they don't need it anymore, it's a waste. And for me, that's the gold, because one, it's a fine material. Second is like finding something allows me to experiment and do something very quickly, because there is that kind of confidence as well. Like, well, if it doesn't work, it's fine. But if you buy something specifically and it's expensive, you usually are a bit more cautious.
Yeah.
So scarcity part was that, like when you had no supplies, how do you make toothpaste work as a white background for your watercolor drawings, which did not work, by the way. But when you come here and you have this abundance of supplies, then you start understanding, like you don't buy more. You try to learn from what it is, the materials you have. And that is also what allowed me to just try to I did all my projects at Parsons from the materials I found at the back of the studio, dispelled by the other students. And that first thing started because I thought, oh wow, I can't buy the materials. I came here on a scholarship, not much thing to afford the expensive materials. But then later on, I just saw I can actually solve all my projects with this. So it almost became a fun challenge for me to use what I had as my basis of experimenting. So all the
Wow.
projects I did at Parsons then became about using what you have as the first go to solve the problem.